Welcome to the second lecture in the biology series. From last time you may remember that we covered the four basic pairs that make up the DNA molecule. Now, the first base pair is adenine. And it has the following structure. It's made up of two rings, in fact. It's got carbon here, nitrogen here, another nitrogen here, another carbon here, and another carbon here. The second ring has another carbon right here, a nitrogen here, carbon here, and another nitrogen here. In fact, this nitrogen is connected to another organic molecule which we will call R. This carbon is connected to a nitrogen which is in itself connected to two hydrogens. Now we have to connect these, so this will be a single bond, double bond here, single bond here, single bond here, a double bond here, a single bond here, a single bond here, double bond here, double bond here, and a single bond here. And that's adenine. Now, second one was guanine. So it has a slightly different structure. Two rings again, so N here, carbon here, and nitrogen here, a carbon, another carbon, another carbon here, a nitrogen here, another carbon here, and a nitrogen here. So this, once again, nitrogen is joined to another organic molecule which we'll call R. This nitrogen is joined to a hydrogen, while this carbon is joined to an oxygen. This carbon is joined to a nitrogen, which once again is joined to two hydrogens. Quickly add all the bonds. So this will be single, single. Now this one is double. This one is single. This one is double. This one is single. This one is single. This one is single. This is single as well, and this is double. And that's guanine. So we'll write that down. Now, the other two base pairs are the following. As you remember, we said C, or number 3, was in fact cytosine. And it has a bit of a much more, in fact, a simpler structure than the previous two, because it only has one cyclic component. It has nitrogen here, a carbon here, another carbon right here, another carbon here, a nitrogen, and a carbon. This carbon is connected to a nitrogen, which is connected to two hydrogens. Well, this carbon has a double bond connection with an oxygen, and this nitrogen has a connection with another organic molecule, which we'll once again call R. So R is name used for an unknown organic molecule in biochemistry. Anything that's connected to a large unknown organic molecule is called an R. So double bond here, single bond, double bond right here, single bond, and a single bond. That's cytosine. And as we remember, there was another one It's called thymine. So thymine has a nitrogen right here, a carbon, just connected to another carbon right here, and a nitrogen here. So this carbon is connected to an oxygen with a double bond. This nitrogen is connected to a hydrogen. This carbon to another oxygen with a double bond. This to another organic molecule. And this carbon is connected to a carbon which is connected to two hydrogens. This is in fact a methane molecule. So join here, I joined here, another one here, another one here, and another one here. And in fact this one should be a double bond. There we go, so this molecule is now balanced. So this is what we call thymine, and these all are the 4 different base pairs. Now, let's move on to a different part. Let's start talking about cells now. So we'll just move this down a bit. What do we know about cells? Well, all organisms on Earth are composed of cells, so I'll just quickly write this down. All organisms are composed of cells. They are in fact the structural units of life. In fact, cells are themselves considered to be living organisms. So, cells are living because they breathe, eat, consume, excrete, metabolize, reproduce sexually and asexually, and respond to stimuli. Respond to stimuli. They respond to stimuli. Oh, and the other important one is they grow, of course. Growth is a sign of life, in fact. There are 2 basic types of cell. The first one is eukaryote. In fact, humans are made up of eukaryotic cells. They're a lot more complicated. Eukaryotic cells. They are actually named from the Greek language. Eu means proper, and karyon means nucleus. So proper nucleus, or membrane-bound nucleus, is present in the cell. Membrane-bound nucleus. second one are prokaryotic cells. And they make up much more basic life forms, such as amoebas, bacteria, algae, cyanobacteria. And the Greek translation means that it's before the nucleus. It means DNA is not membrane nucleus bound. DNA is not membrane bound. These are the two main differences between the cells. One set of cells are eukaryotic, the other ones are prokaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells are, for example, humans, fungi, that is mushrooms, protists, other animals, and insects. Thanks for listening. Next lecture we will talk about the actual structure of prokaryotes and eukaryotes and how it affects organism development. So thank you.